right, cool. So, uh, guys, keep asking your questions. I'm pinning them as they're coming in. Obviously, members get priority, and if you do a super chat, obviously it'll bump the line of the questions. And again, members get priority. So appreciate everybody asking the questions. Please keep them coming because that's the whole point of the show. So please, and you can get as detailed as you want. So put them in the chat. Let's start with Icy. He asked, "What's up with legal caveats and purchases?" Does that make sense? Because I don't know what that means, to be honest.
Okay, let me explain. So, by asking what's up with legal caveats, there are certain properties which have caveats. So, caveat in law is defined like an encumbrance. It's like an obstruction. So, uh, it's some sort of a hindrance. You cannot acquire clean title. So there are certain instances where properties have been labeled as caveats. So for you
Oh.
to have a property under a caveat, there's a procedure on how to register a caveat. For instance, I'll give you a typical example. uh, a property that was jointly acquired between a couple, and one of them would want to dispose it off, and the other couple or the other member believes that his or her interests are not well catered for through this disposition, then they can rush and register a caveat on the title deed. So whoever wishes to acquire or rather purchase that property in future cannot get a clean title unless that caveat is lifted or unless that caveat is fully extinguished from the records. So it has to be cleared. So it's called a caveat. The law nowadays also calls it a caution.
Oh.
So those two words are used interchangeably.
So that's interesting because the language is different, but in US title law, that sounds to be like a cloud on the title. I don't know what the legal reference to it would be, but like, and I was going to ask Abdi this, but maybe when he comes back, um, my question would be, if you purchase with a mortgage, that's basically what a mortgage does. Is it collateral? I can't say the word. Collateral. Oh my goodness. Collateralizes the house to the loan, and then it clouds the title. So if there's um, basically they have a claim to the property. Basically, I mean, it gets quite a bit more deep than that, but this is why, like, it's in public records in the US, for example. So when you have a mortgage, and if you own a house, you'll probably be getting these like advertisements to refinance, and you're like, oh, how do they know my loan amount and all that stuff? Because that stuff is filed in public records against your property. So that's how they're able to see that stuff. Icy said a new development has asked me to pay my reserve fee before I acquire a KRA. Yeah, you don't need the KRA pin until you're about to close on the property, or when you're um, transferring the sectional title, which usually the sectional title isn't even made until the property is completed. So that's, to me, that's not weird, but I probably should wait for them to come back. But I want to keep the information going while we're waiting on them. Collateral damage on my brain right now. Very sorry, very sorry. And I have a lot of questions in here. I see Martin's good question about citizenship, Class G, the time frame, um, how. Oh, yeah. There's an interesting conversation. Somebody was talking about professionals should charge Americans at U.S. rates. That's an interesting comment. I don't know how I feel about that, because people want to overcharge. Oh, excuse me, above market rates. Doesn't feel nice when people try to overcharge you, but I understand. But pricing is about what someone's willing to pay and what someone's willing to accept. So if the, and that's how people do get overcharged, is because they are willing to pay more. But are you getting more is my question. Here they come. The caveat. Oh, wait, Abdi, I wanted to follow up on the caveats question, and I wanted to know if you purchase with a mortgage, do they file a caveat? Is that how that works, or am I
Yes,
on the right track? Okay.
that is true. So what usually happens is that is not a caveat. It's called a charge.
Oh, different
Yeah.
words.
So that's a different thing. It's called a charge. So what usually happens is the moment the bank finances you, they will register a charge against the title deed, so that charge can only be discharged upon you completing the loan, or rather the mortgage. So you have to complete the repaying off your loan, and then that is the time when now the bank will have to discharge the title, and thereafter now you can as well acquire another financing from another bank, or you can even dispose of the entire property if you so wish.